Save the date. Time to venture where movies are magic. The TCM Classic Film Festival returns to Hollywood with Grand Illusions, Fantastic Worlds on Film. A silver screen dreamland awaits.
The room is going to be vibrant. You're going to hear every...
Behold astonishing sights the way they were meant to be seen.
On the big screen.
Join us for the TCM Classic Film Festival, April 24th through 27th. Passes on sale in December. For more, visit tcm.com/festival.
Thanks for watching TCM. I'm Alicia Malone. Next in our Sunday lineup, we have the always fabulous Eve Arden in a role that she made famous. From 1956, directed by Al Lewis, it's Our Miss Brooks. Eve Arden had originated this role in a CBS radio series also called Our Miss Brooks. Arden had been acting in film since 1929. She made her debut in a Columbia movie called Song of Love, aged 21, and credited under her real name, Eunice Quedance. She renamed herself when she went to Broadway, returning to Hollywood as Eve Arden in the mid-1930s, and memorably starring opposite Ginger Rogers, Lucille Ball, and Katharine Hepburn in Stage Door for RKO Pictures. From there, Arden established her persona as a sarcastic, quick-witted, and tough-working woman, appearing in many movies throughout the 1940s. During that decade, she started to split her time between film and radio, and after the success of the radio version of Our Miss Brooks, Desilu Productions, owned by Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, decided to turn it into a TV show. The TV series ran from 1952 until 1956, with this film coming toward the end of the show's run, aimed to boost flagging ratings. Warner Brothers commissioned a script written by two of the TV writers, Joseph Quillen and Al Lewis, and it was created to stand apart from the radio and TV show so anyone not familiar with the story could follow along. Many of the original cast joined Eve Arden, who plays Miss Brooks. She's a new English teacher at Madison High School who rents a room from the nosy Mrs. Davis, played by Jane Morgan, and is wooed by the biology teacher, played by Robert Rockwell. From 1956, enjoy Our Miss Brooks. Our Miss Brooks was released the same year the TV series and radio show came to an end. The film was quite different in tone to the TV and radio shows and didn't do well at the box office, though that may have been due to a lack of publicity by Warner Brothers, who didn't really promote the film. Eve Arden had been playing Miss Brooks in one medium or another for almost 10 years, and admitted she was a little relieved when it all came to an end because she was excited to try different roles and show more of her acting range. And she did, continuing to act for another 30 years following this movie. Okay, from Eve Arden to another comedic actress, Judy Holliday. Next on TCM, we'll watch a delightful musical from 1960 that features the dulcet tones of Dean Martin. Back soon.
Next on TCM. Bells are ringing. Then, What's Up, Doc? And later, the Sugarland Express. TCM is full speed ahead today.
Get ready for the adventure of a lifetime. The 2025 TCM Classic Cruise, October 8th through the 13th. Join TCM and fellow movie lovers for 5 unforgettable nights where movies and magic come alive. Sail aboard the Disney Magic from Port Canaveral as we explore the Bahamas with stops in Nassau and the all-new Disney Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point. It's a cinematic escape filled with movies, trivia, distinguished guests, and more. The 2025 TCM Classic Cruise. Staterooms go on sale soon. Sign up for our pre-sale to reserve your room of choice. Visit tcmcruise.com. We'll see you there.
Harper speaking. I'm talking from the bedroom of Norma Desmond. Don't bother with a rewrite, man. Take this direct. Ready? As day breaks over the murder house.
Yes, you'll read the big black headlines about Norma Desmond and this Hollywood scandal. But you'll never read the true story about the rest of us who were part of it. Me, for instance, Joe Gillis, a promising young writer from Dayton, Ohio. And Betty, that nice kid I met at a Hollywood party, who knew nothing about me, but knew what she wanted. Don't you love Artie?
Of course I love him. I always will. I'm just not in love with him anymore.
What happened?
You did?
Well, we should have lived happily ever after, like they do in the movies. But this was different, because this is a Hollywood story about the people who make the movies. The little ones that you never hear of, like Betty and me. The great ones, like Cecil B. DeMille. All those who knew Norma Desmond, a strange woman who left her mark on all of us who crossed her path. Has it ever occurred to you that I may have a life of my own, that there may be some girl that I'm crazy about?
Oh, some car hop or a dress extra?
What I'm trying to say is that I'm all wrong for you. You want a Valentino, somebody with polo ponies, a big shot.
What you're trying to say is you don't want me to love you. Say it. Say it.
Gloria Swanson, one of the great personalities of this generation in a role that comes to an actress once in a lifetime. Rising to the heights, William Holden creates a startling portrayal. And a new star is born in Sunset Boulevard, Miss Nancy Olson.
Joe? Where are you? What's this all about?
Why don't you come out and see for yourself? The address is 10,086 Sunset Boulevard.
Yes, come out to see for yourself the film that reaches a new milestone of dramatic daring. The film that every critic says is a giant among motion pictures.
One, two, three, four. Saturdays at noon, get into the swing of things with the next great thing, TCM Musical Matinee. It's glitz, glamour, razzmatazz, and all that jazz. Jazz on. From the golden age of Hollywood to modern classics, these are the films that sing their heart out and dance up a storm. TCM Musical Matinee with host Dave Karger, Saturdays at noon, where falsetto meets bossy.
Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz, asking you to please pardon our digital dust. The best fans and the best movies deserve the best service. So to ensure TCM's on-air experience is reliable and smooth for the future, we're upgrading our broadcast operations. You might notice some interruptions while we go through this process, so please, bear with us.
I love watching classic films over holidays. You get fully swept up in the emotions of it.
The TCM Wine Club pairs the movies you love with curated wines from around the world.
When did TCM launch?
It was in 1994.
We know that. But the date...
Did you go to the employee training?
From the big screen to behind the scenes, every glass tells a story.
On that back wall is actually references to 3 different movies, and that's been hiding back there for a couple years now. Huh.
Celebrate the holidays with your favorite cast of characters.
I was deeply honored to come on air and talk about a movie with Robert Osborne.
Wow.
With online tasting notes to keep the conversation flowing.
Those are some of the best memories when you see these legends come
together. It's thrilling. Best part of my job by far.
Join now to receive 15 wines, including 3 exclusive movie wines delivered straight to your door.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Go to tcmwineclub.com or call 1-844-WINE-TCM.
Welcome back to your Sunday afternoon on TCM. I'm Alicia Malone, and I'm glad you're here because next we have an underrated musical from 1960 that stars Judy Holliday and Dean Martin. Directed by Vincent Minnelli, it's Bells Are Ringing. Judy Holliday had established herself as a brilliant big-screen comedian with her Oscar-winning performance in Born Yesterday from 1950. Prior to that, she had worked on the stage and in the 1940s had been part of a stage comedy troupe called The Reviewers alongside Betty Comden and Adolph Green. These two became very successful screenwriters, notably writing the screenplays for the musicals Singin' in the Rain and On the Town, and in the mid-1950s, Comden and Green decided to write a Broadway musical for their friend Judy Holliday to star in, creating Bells Are Ringing for her. The stage musical was a smash hit, so it was a no-brainer for MGM to adapt it, placing it in the hands of 2 musical veterans, director Vincent Minnelli and producer Arthur Freed. Holliday was cast to reprise her lead role as Ella, a woman working for a phone answering service who gets very involved with her clients' lives, including a playwright named Jeffrey who is struggling to write. That part was played on the stage by Sidney Chaplin, but for the film version, Dean Martin was hired. It was a good choice, not only because we get to hear Martin sing, but also because his laid-back attitude on set helped ease Holliday's nerves. Even though she'd played her role on stage over 900 times, she was anxious about translating it to the big screen. Also with Gene Stapleton from 1960, enjoy Bells Are Ringing.